hello friends. Welcome to this channel. This is my first story. I hope you will like it. Let's start. It's been raining all day. A downpour. Whenever I see rain like this since my childhood, it reminds me of my mother. It was on a rainy day just like this one that I first heard a story from her. Every moment of that day is still bright in my memory. How about we hear the story lying on my lap today? My mother happily agreed to my little request. She took me onto her lap under the warm shade of her Achol, the loose end of a saree. I was looking at the blurry world outside through the rain-soaked windowpane, and my mind was getting ready to listen to the story my mother would tell. "Ready?" my mother asked. There was a unique kind of love in her voice that would drive away all my fears. "Yes, Ma," I replied softly. My mother began slowly. "I was very little, just like you are now. We had a small house, a yard, and a Bakul flower tree. We were very happy in that house. I was very good friends with my father. He was my playmate, my first teacher. We would play together every day, draw pictures together, and he would tell me many stories. One day my father suddenly said to me, 'Ma, we're going to live far away from now on.' I got very scared. I felt like I was going to lose my beloved house, my favorite Bakul tree, and my father. "Why?" I asked. My little heart was afraid. My father said, "Because this place is no longer safe for us." I didn't understand, but my heart told me that I was everything to my father. So, holding his hand, I left everything behind. We went far away, to a place where we never returned. As my mother was telling the story, she was caressing my head. It felt like her love had transported me to a new world. "Ma, then what happened?" I asked. "We started our lives anew. In a new place, in a new environment. Everything was unfamiliar, but my father loved me very much. He would tell me stories every day, cook my favorite food, and make me laugh. I felt like I was everything to my father. His love taught me how to live again. After my father passed away, I became alone. But I knew I had to move forward, because my father had taught me life doesn't stop. A few tears glistened in my mother's eyes. I hugged my mother. "Ma, your story is so beautiful," I said. "The story is a part of my life," my mother said with a smile. "I feel like your love is the biggest treasure in my life," I said. "For all children, the mother is the biggest treasure," my mother said. "Ma, I will always stay with you," I said. "I am always by your side," too. My mother hugged me. On that rain-drenched evening, lying on my mother's lap, I realized that a mother's love has no limits. It's like an endless ocean where I wish to float forever. Do you know why I told you this story? Because you are also the greatest gift of my life. All the sorrows, all the pain, all the fears of this world disappear when I hold you in my lap. Saying this, my mother kissed my forehead. I closed my eyes. In the rhythm of the raindrops, I could hear the melody of my mother's love. It was a lullaby that resonated within my soul. Outside, the rain continued its romantic dance. But inside, in the warm embrace of my mother's love, I felt a sense of deep connection and belonging. I understood that the bond between a mother and a child is truly a celestial creation, a masterpiece of nature that words can hardly express. As I lay there listening to the rain and the stories of my mother's life, I realized that every drop of water falling from the sky carried with it a tale, a story waiting to be heard. And so it was that I spent the day not just listening to stories, but soaking in the essence of life, love, and the extraordinary bond that ties us to our mothers. The rain kept falling, each drop a reminder of the countless moments in my mother's life, moments that had shaped her into the woman she was, moments that had brought her to this very day, sharing her stories with me. I felt incredibly blessed to be the recipient of these tales, to be the one who would carry them forward, ensuring that they lived on in our family's narrative. As the day wore on, the rain intensified, creating a symphony of sound that filled the air. Yet amidst the roaring of the downpour, I could still hear the soft murmur of my mother's voice weaving its magic around me. Her stories, like the rain, had a way of nourishing my soul, making me feel deeply connected to her, to our family's past, and to the intricate tapestry of life itself. I found solace in the rhythm of her words, a rhythm that echoed the rhythm of my own heartbeat. Time seemed to stand still as I basked in the warmth of my mother's love and the enchanting allure of her narratives. The rain, the stories, and the deep bond between us created a bubble of tranquility, shielding us from the chaos and worries of the outside world. It was as though the universe had conspired to weave this special day just for us, a day filled with the magic of storytelling and the comforting embrace of rain. As the hours passed, I began to drift, my eyelids growing heavy. The soothing cadence of my mother's voice, combined with the rhythmic patter of the rain, lulled me into a state of peaceful drowsiness. It was as if the stories themselves were carrying me away on a cloud of pure imagination. I let myself surrender to the moment, allowing the tales to wash over me like waves on a sandy shore. And then, as if sensing my waning consciousness, my mother's voice took on a softer tone. She began to weave the final threads of her narrative, bringing the stories to gentle conclusions. With each softly spoken word, I felt a sense of calm envelop me, preparing me for a peaceful rest. The rain continued its gentle serenade, now playing the role of a lullaby to soothe my drifting mind. Finally, as the last notes of my mother's storytelling faded away, I succumbed to sleep, my dreams filled with the magical worlds and enchanting characters that had become a part of my day. The rain-drenched day had unfolded into a tapestry of love, stories, and tranquility. It was a day that had touched my soul, reminding me of the profound bond I shared with my mother and the timeless power of storytelling. As the night deepened, the rain transformed into a soft drizzle and a gentle breeze began to caress the world outside. The air was fresh and clean, carrying the scent of petrichor and the sweet fragrance of wet earth. The clouds parted slightly, revealing glimpses of the star-studded sky, and as I drifted back into sleep, I felt an overwhelming sense of gratitude. For this day that began with rain and ended with a starry sky, this day that had been a gift of love and stories from my mother. This day that had taught me that in the grand tapestry of life, every moment, whether filled with sunshine or rain, holds the potential for beauty, growth, and profound connection. And so I slept, cradled by the gentle rhythm of the night, carrying within me the echoes of my mother's stories and the melody of the rain.